Well, hey, Life Point Church, welcome to Life Point Online, wherever you're watching this from. I wanted to start off today by giving you an update on Life Point's Reopen strategy. Matter of fact, this is our Reopen strategy update, part 2. Now, hopefully you have already heard that we are currently in phase 1, is what we're calling it, of our Reopen process, which just simply means that right now, many of our life groups are gathering together in person for life groups. Not only that, but we're also encouraging people to get into what we're calling watch parties. You might be watching this with some friends, with your life group. During a watch party, shout out to everybody watching this together. So great that we can start to meet back. But I'm excited to tell you that we are really just a couple weeks away to moving into what we're calling phase 2 of our Reopen strategy, which is our on-campus watch parties. So you see the dates here, June 21st, that's Father's Day weekend, June 28th and July 5th. We're gonna be opening up our physical building where you can come as a family and watch the services together on the big screen in the auditorium with other Life Point families. Now, there won't be any Discovery Point Kids Ministry, but you can bring your kids in. It'll definitely be a family-friendly environment. And let me tell you why we're doing this. We're doing this as an opportunity for you to get to see what it's going to be like when we gather back together for our grand reopening in July. You're gonna get to see how the parking team's gonna work and the ushering and ways and measures that we've gone to make sure that the building is clean and safe and what the seating is gonna look like as well. Now, I'm really excited to give you some new information that starting this summer, July the 9th, we are starting a Thursday night service. That's right, our grand reopening is actually gonna start on Thursday at 7:15 p.m. And this is gonna be a full-blown service. Matter of fact, if you come on Thursday night, start the weekend early on July the 9th, you're gonna have full live worship, live teaching, next steps, Try 5, Life Point merch. Middle School Spark is going to be gathering on Thursday nights at 7:15 as well. If you're a parent of a middle school student, that will be the only time during the week that they gather for our 7:15 service. Now, you might be wondering, why are we doing a service on a Thursday night at 7:15? Well, one of the reasons why we're doing it is because that's gonna be our broadcast service. So that evening, every Thursday for the remainder of the summer, we're gonna film the worship and the teaching, and then that's what we're gonna push out on Sunday morning for our live stream services. Now, speaking of Sunday morning, we are getting ready to change our service times. Did you hear that? Go ahead, lean in. We're gonna be changing our Sunday morning service times starting June 21st. Not July 12th, but June 21st. When we have our on-campus watch parties, our service times are gonna change to 9 and 11 a.m. Now, this is also when we are gonna be broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube, our live stream services as well. So again, make note of this. On June the 21st, the 10:30 service won't be here anymore online, nor will the noon, but instead we're gonna do a 9 and 11, and this is the same times that you can also come on campus physically for the watch party. And the reason why we're doing this is because we know that we need more time in between our services to properly clean the building. We wanna have plenty of time to sanitize everything, and we wanna be able to alleviate the crowd of the 9 o'clock service before the 11 o'clock service comes on campus. Now, if you decide to come to our watch parties, June 21st, June 28th, July 5th, or if you choose to come in person on July 9th, that Thursday, or Sunday, July 12th, I want you to know that we're gonna be operating off of the 50% occupancy rule, not 6 feet social distancing. I just wanna repeat that again. We're gonna be operating as a church on 50% room occupancy, not 6 feet social distancing, meaning that we are gonna try our best to spread things out, and the 50% occupancy is gonna allow us to do that. But we can't guarantee that you won't come within 6 feet of somebody else. We can't guarantee when you check your kids into Discovery Point that they're not gonna be closer than 6 feet. Again, the occupancy rule is gonna allow smaller gatherings, smaller kids' classrooms, and of course, smaller adults in the auditorium, and we're gonna spread chairs out. Now, obviously, no one in my generation, as far as pastors and church goes, have ever had to plan a grand reopening after a worldwide pandemic. And so I want to thank you so much for being flexible. I want to thank you so much for giving us grace. I want to thank you so much for your support. And I know you have questions. Matter of fact, that's why we've created an email that we have set up that you can email us any questions that you have leading up to the watch parties on June 21st or our public re-grand opening Thursday night, the 9th, and Sunday morning, the 12th. Here's the email. You see it right here on the screen. It's simply reopen@lifepointcc.com. Email us your questions, or I really encourage you, go to our website, lifepointcc.com, and click on the Reopen tab, or open up the LifePoint app and click the Reopen tab. All the information in a lot more detail is going to live and be stored there as we get ready for God to do something great as we reopen the doors to the house. I can't wait for that day. I think it's going to be something great.